What's up, my beautiful people? This is your boy Stefan, your Afro-Grenadian ambassador. I welcome you all back to my channel. Thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for loving, supporting this channel. And don't forget to watch all the ads that are placed on my videos. Guys, in this video today, we are yet again, down in South America. Guyana and Venezuela is in a big tension when it comes to territory. Essquibo is at the center of all this attention. Guyana claims that Essquibo is theirs, but Venezuela is saying they have rights to the Essquibo region. But guys, let's take a listen, or we're going to read, rather I should say, this article that have been released, because Venezuela now is accusing Caricom of bringing division, bringing confusion in the region by siding with the United States and endorsing Guyana. So let's read what Maduro and his regime is saying, and then we will come back and talk all about it. The headline says Venezuela rejects Caricom's support to Guyana on endorsed to U.S. Southern Command's plans. The Venezuelan Vice President Delcy Rodriguez rejected a Caribbean community statement supporting Guyana's and U.S. Southern Command plans to attack Venezuela and create a war in the region. Third-rank Caricom bureaucrats, behind the backs of the heads of government of this organization, sing the praises of Zelensky of the Caribbean, Orphan Ali, and endorse the plan of the U.S. Southern Command to attack Venezuela, the VP expressed in a Telegram channel. With this step, according to Rodriguez, Caricom disqualified themselves from serving as facilitators in this territorial controversy. In this regard, Rodriguez stated that Caribbean countries are called by history to play a constructive role in this territorial dispossession artificially created by ancient empires. The Venezuela's VP called on the countries of the region, one of the few areas of peace in the world, to prevent the entering into a conflict to legitimize the energy veracity of the US-based oil company ExxonMobil. Venezuela will never renounce its right over the Essquibo and will assert all legal and diplomatic actions in its defense, Rodriguez strongly stated. Earlier Saturday, Venezuela repudiated the statements of Orphan Ali as unfounded after he claimed that units of the Bolivarian Navy of Venezuela violated the Guyanese maritime territory, not to mention that this is a maritime area which has yet to be delimited in accordance with international law. Okay, so there's a few things that was said by the Venezuelan minister or vice president. I must say, the Vice President of Venezuela made some statements that the Caricom body is basically fueling the fire that is already burning between Guyana and Venezuela. They are accusing Caricom of partaking, conspiring in this conflict, this dispute, this tension that is between Guyana and Venezuela when it comes to the Essquibo territory. And they went as far as to say, using strong words, that they are planning to attack Venezuela and start a war. Well, I am not too certain about that. I think that is a bit too strong for me, because we don't have any information, any evidence whatsoever is pointing that the Caricom body is planning to attack Venezuela with the help of United States and Guyana. However, one of the things I want to highlight is this. We have to be very careful. Again, I want to reiterate to us in the Caribbean and the Caribbean body, Caricom, we have to be very careful. The agreements, our leaders have to be very careful, involving the United States, the West, Europe, and careful in the agreements that they are signing, because we don't want things to backfire on us. Because normally when, we all see that the track record shows whenever there is tensions in certain regions and the United States in particular is involved, it only leaves a trace of devastation. and that when this area is unsettled, when this area is devastated, America moves out and they leave us in in our mess. And we have to be very careful that that the Caribbean leaders have to be very, very wise, make wise decisions, because this thing is so complicated that it calls for wisdom. It calls for wisdom, making the right decision, and not doing anything that will cause the Caribbean region to be destabilized. And when it is destabilized, America and the West and Europe, they are nowhere to be found, because that is what usually happens. Whenever America in particular is involved in something, in disputes and conflict, and when things get out of order, things get out of hand, they are nowhere to be found. And so we have to be very careful, because I personally don't trust the United States when it comes to foreign policies, foreign interventions, and all of these things. I don't trust them. I don't trust them, and the Caricom leaders have to be very, very careful. I hope that this misunderstanding, this dispute, this tension between Guyana and Venezuela will come to a diplomatic solution. And I personally think that Maduro is exaggerating a little bit. Maduro should, I think he should calm down himself and stop the provocation. Stop the provocation on Guyana, because I'm pretty much sure if they come to the table with Guyana and they talk, iron it out, they will come to a mutual understanding and bring peace, right? And stop showing your muscles too much. Stop, that is my word to Venezuela, especially Maduro. Stop. Come to the table with Guyana and let us come to a mutual understanding, because at the end of the day, we all are in the same region. We are all knitted closely together, and we don't want, we are fighting against a giant that is oppressing us. So why, we don't want to create anything that will cause us to be destabilized and fighting among ourselves. And when we are disunified, how can we fight against the system, the oppressive system, the colonized system that we are all oppressed under, we are all suffering under? So I do hope that Maduro will exercise good judgment, Guyana will exercise good judgment, and we will be very careful in involving any third parties, the West or Europe. We have to be very careful how we are treading our grounds, because we don't want to fuel the fire. We don't want anything to backfire on us, and we are left in our mess to solve it. Right? And so guys, let me know what are your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Take care until in the next upcoming videos.